Well now, welcome everybody to Kikrin's Adventure Gaming. Boy, I gotta adjust some of this volume. This is some weird stuff that's going on. Check, 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 check. Can you hear me now? I'm gonna have to bring some... Can I even bring the volume down on this? Hold on. Are there like settings or... It's not even letting me go to settings yet. Well, let's just continue and see what happens as we start. So, welcome everybody, Kikrin's Adventure Gaming. This is a completely unscheduled stream. I have no idea what we're in for here. This is called... I don't even know what this is called. This is some bizarre game and I don't know what it's called. Something about the Book of Unwritten Tales 2. So I have no idea what this game is about. This is unscheduled, so this is just something I'm doing. So let's just see if this is gonna work. I don't know why it's not letting me restart the game because I had
a flying carpet.
This.
Is that too much to ask?
I'm not talking to you.
Why you? I'm sorry I criticized your work, Benny.
And
And that I shook your lamp and everything else. You meant well.
So this is how this game is starting,
then.
and we have absolutely no
you.
idea what's going on. So
what can I do for you?
if you're hanging out,
Carpet!
appreciate it. Thank you so much.
A flying carpet. Shouldn't be too hard. Should I really?
WSH
Am I really
Music
up
is
to
now
it?
following me. Well, that's pretty darn cool. Oh, snip, snap.
Yes!
What's that all about? Can I... Oh, I still can't do anything. Can't move anything, can't do anything. I have no idea what's
What
happening.
the heck?
Yeah, what the heck is, like, right? What is going on with this game, man?
Happened here? No!
And he's knocked unconscious by some strange purple creature, and we have no idea what that's all about. A King Art Games production, and it looks like the camera broke. The Book of Unwritten Tales.
Welcome, adventurer. I am the tutorial, guardian of gameplay, explainer of controls.
Use the left stick to move the character.
Left stick to move the character. Oh, there he goes.
Well done.
If you walk up to an
That's simple
object,
enough.
context-sensitive actions will be displayed. Walk up to that big lever and press X.
The big lever. And what did that do?
Robot has used the lever, as this seemed logical to him.
Now press circle so that the robot looks at the lever rather than uses it.
Okay.
Excellent. The robot thinks the lever is working.
Okay.
But if that's so, then where is the problem? That hatch over there, walk up to it and press X.
Come on. Let me go to... No, that's the lever. Oh, come on. I'm trying to. What is going on? I guess that was like, didn't make any sense. I was nowhere near the stupid thing.
The little chap seems to think there are advanced engine mechanics hidden behind there. Perhaps that's where the problem is.
Yeah,
Press X again next to the hatch.
perhaps.
first time you press X will allow you to look, the second to use. Why?
Okay.
Because after a player character has looked at something, the most logical thing to do next is use it.
It's quite simple.
Okay.
Press circle when you want to look at something. Press X in order to do whatever that character thinks is the next most sensible move. Is
Good
the machine working
evening,
Walk
Mr.
up to the lever and
Pinback.
press X.
Is the machine working again? Let me turn this gain down because that was just kind of crazy. That's better. Okay, so X. I have no idea what I'm doing. I am using Streamlabs. You can go to twitchalerts.com, and at twitchalerts.com you will be able to see Twitch Alerts. I think it's Twitch
Appears to
Alerts.
be a new problem.
Twitch Alerts.
Better take a closer look at
TwitchAlerts.com
the
is Streamlabs, yeah. There appears to be a new problem. You'd better take a close look at the engine. Where's the engine? Well, I'd love to look at the engine, but now... Oh, I was using the wrong thing. There we go. Okay.
That wasn't very helpful. Please pick up both gears by pressing X. If you can reach several objects from one position, you can use the right stick to select the one you want to interact with.
Oh. Just to see if I can make that happen. Well. That would be nice. Oh. Oh, I see. Okay.
Great work.
Now they're in my
Items you pick up will
inventory.
go into your inventory.
Here I go.
Open and close
I
your
want my stream to
inventory
be
by
exactly
pressing
like
triangle.
yours, including the
To use an
logo.
inventory item,
Well, I don't
select
know.
it
It's
with
not
X, and
copyrighted,
then
so I guess I
select the
can't do
object that
anything
you
about
want it to
that
be
yet.
used with.
Johnny 5
Use one of the
is
gears in your
alive.
inventory with the engine of the town model.
I'm not even paying attention. What did he just say to do? Use one of the inventory gear wheels with the engine of the top. Well, how do I know what's in my inventory? Small gear cog, large gear cog. Use one of the inventory gear wheels with the engine of the top. Okay. Okay. I did one.
Excellent. Now the second gear.
So I take the second one and put it on there. Okay.
Perfect. You'd better oil the engine before you switch the machine back on again.
Oil the engine. What? I have an oil can. Bloop, 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 bloop.
That should do it. Time to crank it up.
Okay. There's the crank. Ooh, I'm going in circles. So that was some weird tutorial to get this game going. This is kind of weird looking, isn't it? Hey, Faye. I am playing a really bizarre
Examine objects in the inventory
game.
in more detail. Pick up the
Just-
damaged figure and the toolbox.
Then open the inventory with triangle and press circle in order to examine the toolbox.
Which is not uncommon for me, right? So, wait a minute. I don't think that was what I needed to do. What is this? That's the lever. I can't use the lever. What is this? What? Okay, what? Okay, so I can go there and then press that to look in the tool. Oh,
Great.
okay.
You
So
found a few
adhesive
items
tape,
in the toolbox.
wobbly hammer,
You can use these items on each other
and
by initially
a
selecting the
worn-down
first object with X,
screwdriver.
and then using it on the second object again with X.
Try to repair the figure in the inventory.
Try to repair the figure in the inventory. I don't have a figure in the inventory. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Do I need to go get something? I don't have a figure. Try to repair the figure in the inventory. What does that even mean? Try to repair the figure. So take the damaged figure. Oh. Oh, there's the figure. Gotcha. Okay, so now that that is there, I can say, let's take the screwdriver and let's use the screwdriver on the figure. Okay, let's use the tape on the figure.
Well done. Now place the figure back in its rightful place on the balcony of the castle and start the machine.
Sure, if that's what you want me to do. What's going on? So, Faye, I hope that you're feeling better. I knew that you were not feeling well on Friday, so that's why you kind of like didn't stream and you slept. So I hope you're feeling better.
Now ready. One last thing before I go. If you press square, all interesting objects in the scene will be displayed.
Good luck with your adventures in the Book of Unwritten.
Interesting. Trophy earned, Master Mechanic.
I'm worried about you. Oh, Mother. What's wrong with you?
Everything's fine.
The graphics in this are not
No,
terrible.
You don't look well at all. Positively rotund.
Positively
It is
rotund.
unseemly for an elf princess to cope with her frustrations by comfort eating. If you carry on like this, you won't fit into your wedding dress.
I don't have any intentions of marrying anytime soon.
Oh, darling, we've been through that already.
Mommy, she's fat.
Prince Lalilos is going to be arriving next week. You will like him. He's charming and... Look, he sent us a picture of himself and his
Aw,
sister.
Faye, I just saw your Discord. Thanks so much for
which of
doing
the
that.
two
I
is the
appreciate
sister?
that.
The elf nobility, unfortunately, has not got any unshaven Neanderthals to offer. You'll just have to get used to that.
Gaston.
I don't have the slightest interest in that person. Not anymore.
You are at the heart of the elf kingdom.
This
in
is
the
a
castle
cutscene.
of
I'm
your
doing
family
nothing.
Where you belong. No one here should be sad, tired, or fat.
Nobody should be
I
fat
only
in
want
this
what's
castle.
best for you, Ivo.
So her name is Ivo. Is that short for something? Did I miss it? Oh, she's like trapped. Hello. She locked me in.
Did you see that? She's locked me in. Yes, only what's best for me. She always says that.
Well, can I change? Oh, that's how I do it. Okay.
Have you seen this prince? A vain river elf who's only interested in topping up his tan. I'm to spend hundreds of years in the company of someone I don't love? Huh, not me.
Not me.
And how? She will try anything and everything. Nothing's more important to her than getting me married off.
I want to decide for myself. I want my freedom, or I'm not feeling well. I want to decide for myself.
When I was out there with the humans, it was the first time that I had the feeling I could determine my own destiny.
My own destiny.
Yes, it was dangerous.
Yes, it was dangerous.
Doesn't that go with the territory?
Doesn't that go
A
with
life
the
without risk,
territory?
that is so... Oh, you don't understand. If I could, I would go right now.
Yes, you would. Maybe we just need to figure out how to get out of here.
You want to stop me? Just like last time. I didn't want to tell Mother, but I've not been feeling too well lately, Cheap.
Maybe she's not fat. Maybe she's pregnant.
I'd say the same thing, but we elves hardly ever get ill. Yeah, you've got a point there. I spent almost a year in the human world, and they have some very strange ideas about personal hygiene.
What?
Well, I thought perhaps it's a curse. Oh, no, you won't. I'll take care of it myself. Mother would make a state occasion out of it. I don't know either, but I'm sure there's a medical book down in the library.
A medical book in the library.
No, rest is not what I need just now. I'll go down to the library and look up what's wrong with me, completely alone, just like a grown-up elf. I'm not going to be stopped, neither by locked doors nor by you.
Okay, so we've got to get down and go to the library. That's our quest? Why do I need to look at the flower?
A beautiful red
Oh,
flower.
never mind. That's
It was
where the
only put
cursor
here
was.
a few days ago. Sometimes Mother orders a new plant that looks nice in my room.
Estoy
And
aquí,
then it's
sorry I'm
replaced and
late.
planted in the
Hello,
garden.
Julie. You must have got a notification. All right, so I can look at multiple things. So there's the mirror. What do we have over here? We've got the bowl. We've got the flower. What is that? Enter the balcony. Let's enter the balcony. Oh, we've got all of these things. So
We
what-
have many exotic plants here in the palace, but sunflowers are my favourite.
Huh.
I used to look into the woods for days on end, imagining what the world beyond would be like.
Huh.
Now I know, and I think I miss it.
Okay. So I can climb down to the garden. Let's check out her room though a little bit more. Let's go back in. I just want to see. I want to click on everything that I can. So what's up with this painting?
The times when the others were here in the elf burrow, those were the best that I've ever had. The critter could never keep still when I was drawing him. He was always pulling faces and trying to make me laugh. Wilbur was so excited. He loves elves
Wilbur.
and our stories. He spent hours sitting with my father and listening to him talk about bygone ages. Complete idiot.
Complete idiot. It's funny. Okay, no, I don't want to go to the balcony. Let's check out what is all this stuff?
I had my birthday during the few weeks that we spent living together here in the elf burrow. That was a big deal for Wilbur. He couldn't understand that the significance of birthdays tends to fade after a few hundred years. He insisted on making me a present. He sat in the corner for days knitting me this hat with his little gnarled fingers.
I want to try to bring down the volume of the music. This is bugging me. How come I can't? Oh, there we go. Settings. Sound volume, music volume. How do I bring it down? Okay, 20%. How about 40%? That sounds good. Oh, that's much better. Okay. That is much better. Okay, but what is this?
Cheep Cheep survived our past adventure, even if he'll insist on exactly the opposite. He told everyone for months how he defended me from all the evils of the world and then only just escaped with his tail feathers intact.
His tail feathers. Okay.
Hey, Cheep.
Oh,
Most birds love a mirror because they believe they can see another bird in it. You just love them because you can't get enough of yourself.
can't get enough of yourself.
I would be a bit less unbearable if I wasn't incarcerated in
Taika,
here.
hello, welcome to the stream.
See you later.
It is so nice to have you stop on by. Thank
Yes,
you.
of
That's
course
very
I'll
kind
be a
of
good
you.
girl and stay in
I
my
appreciate
room.
it. Everybody, welcome Taika from Russia, right? I don't want to talk to you. Come on.
Mother's locked me in as if I was 200 again. Since I secretly escaped from the Elf Burrow last year, she's taken to guarding me closer than ever before.
Well, that's just not acceptable, is it? What's on the
I've
bed?
been sleeping badly of late, and sometimes I feel tired all day long.
Yay,
I've never been
Russia!
ill,
I need
but
to get a
something
world
isn't
map
right.
and put it behind
I
me
hope I'll find the
and put
answer
a
in the
pin
library.
on all of my friends from around the world because I have them from everywhere now. All right, so can I go over here? What is all this?
A guard with a spear and shield.
I'm
and
doing
like
very
all
well.
elven figures,
Had a long
immaculate.
day. It's about 8:30 in the evening here, and I actually ran a 4K today, which I've never done before, and that was quite exhausting.
An envoy from the Far East gave me this musical box years ago. Wherever I go, I always have its tune in my head.
Okay, I don't think that there is anything that I need to do with much of any of this.
Fresh water from the spring brook, the little stream that rises here in the castle and provides
So
for
this
the whole
game
valley.
is called the Book of
People
Unwritten
come
Tales
from far and wide to drink it.
number 2. Apparently there was a number 1. I've never played number 1. I don't know, just saw it on my account and I'm like, let's see what this is like. See what it has to do, and we can see. All right, so this girl, she wants to get out of here and she wants to check the library because she thinks she's sick.
It may not be befitting of a princess, but this isn't the first time that I've climbed into the garden via the balcony, and it won't be the last.
All right, young lady.
I'm just doing my morning exercises.
I'm just doing
I wasn't
my
going
morning-
to.
How much time do I have now? Do you mean, are you asking me how long
Of
did
course,
it
I could
take?
just ignore him and climb down
to
into the
run
garden
it?
anyway.
Because I'm really
he would,
slow.
however, make a
It took
beeline
me
to Mother and
46
tell on me,
minutes to do
and who
5
knows what
kilometers.
the two of them would cook up for me next.
So I can't go down. I'm just
Okay,
gonna go.
he's not looking this way.
Oh,
Oh,
come
there is more than
on.
one kind of stretch exercise, you know. Perhaps you'd like to train with me.
Well, so task number 1.
No chance. I can't sneak down as long as Cheep Cheep's on guard.
Oh, what time is it now? It is 8:30 in the evening. So I guess that is 2030 hours on Sunday evening. All right, can I pick these?
We have many exotic plants here in the...
Oh, take a few seeds. Ooh, 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 ooh. That's what I want to do. Okay. Gotta take a few sunflower seeds.
Apologies, I need a few of your seeds.
Okay, so now we have some seeds, right? Oh, that's the picture and some sunflower seeds. Okay, no, I don't want that. I'm going to want... Can I put it back? Okay, that's how I put it back, is the X button. Okay. All right.
A friendly gift from nature, taken without permission.
Yes, I see that. But how do I not take something? Oh, I just closed that. Okay. So let's go in here and let's see if we can give... What's in the bowl? Do I need to put him in the bowl?
Normally this bowl is full of fruit and nuts. Presumably Mother has decided I should be without such things whilst I am, as she says, positively rotund.
Okay, so maybe I take the seeds and I put them in the bowl.
Cheep Cheep, would it be possible for you to stop admiring yourself for 2 seconds and move over to stuffing your beak instead? Don't say I never look after you.
Okay, there we go. So now that she's busy eating, maybe we'll be able to escape. Yes.
I don't know how, but he always seems to know when I'm going against Mother's will. Perhaps it's a sixth sense, or magic. Or he just knows me too well.
I'm climbing
Not
down
while
the
Cheep
garden.
Cheep's still on guard.
Oh. Well, I thought I did it. Maybe I need to go over to this chest. Look in the jewelry box.
Pearls, precious stones, sparkling earrings and necklaces. All the stuff I have to wear at official functions. If it were up to Mother, I would have trunkfuls of this stuff,
I've got
and
to
a wing of
figure
the
out how
castle
to
would
get
be my
down
wardrobe.
that.
She just can't understand why Pa and I aren't into this sort of thing.
3 in the morning. Well, definitely you need to get some sleep. So thanks for stopping by. I really appreciate it. That was kind of you. Have a nice night. So what do we have? We've got the knitted hat. We've got the jewelry box. Oh, take the mirror. So, where do I put the mirror? He's like, where's the mirror? So, she's got the back turned. Wait a minute. What does Cheep Cheep have to say?
Hey,
Oh no,
Cheep.
your English is fine.
Oh, missing your mirror? Well, sooner or later you won't be able to stand it anymore. I'm not horrible. I just don't want to be locked in my room like a child. See you later.
So she's not.
Yes, of
gonna
course I'll be a
do
good girl
anything.
and stay in my room.
Okay. Can I
I don't
climb
know
down?
how, but he always seems to know when I'm going against Mother's will. Perhaps it's a sixth sense, or magic. Or he just knows
Huh.
me too well.
So I still can't.
I've seen much suffering, much evil and unkindness in the world out there. It was exciting. It was alive. Here in the Elf Burrow, everything
thank you
is
for
so
the
ordered,
host. That's so,
so
awesome of you. I
perfect,
really
so
appreciate that.
dull.
That's
One
great.
day's just like the next, and they just pass by endlessly.
That was awesome. So, okay, I'm confuzzled. So I can't take any more of the flowers. Is there anything over here I'm missing? No. There's nothing there. Okay. Can I go further over here? No. Huh. So, okay, the flower.
A delicate, sweet scent. It reminds me of a wood over in the west where I learnt to use a bow and arrow.
I need to do something with...
Oh, yeah.
And Shinona is hosting me too. That's just awesome. Thank you, Shinona. Okay, let me talk to the bird. Can I talk to the bird again?
It's an age-old game. I hide his mirror and he pretends that he doesn't care. But sooner or later, he'll get grumpy, and I relent.
Oh, I don't want...
I don't know how, but he always seems to know when I'm going against Mother's will. Perhaps it's a sixth sense, or magic.
Shinona's
just
in
knows
the
me too well.
house. Shinona's in the house.
I don't know how, but he always seems... Perhaps it's...
So, what can I do? Got a mirror. Can I take this picture and put it somewhere? Do I do something with this? No, it's not letting me do anything. But I can possibly take the mirror. So if I take the mirror, lean the mirror up against the figure. Oh, don't worry about it. So I've propped the mirror up there.
Hey, withdrawal symptoms. A contented fat blue bird and his reflection.
So is the bird content? Oh, I didn't realize that I could open up,
I don't know how, but he always seems to know when I'm going again. Perhaps...
Okay, open the musical box. Oh, I can't.
I just need the music box a minute. You don't need to turn your head away from your beautiful reflection for 1 second. Come on.
Oh.
Shh.
Look at that, I did it. That was a guess.
He's gone to sleep.
He's
It
sleeping.
got dark and he's simply...
Got
matter.
dark and he's
I
simply
can now enjoy
no
a few
matter.
moments of peace.
I can now enjoy it. No, no peace. Oh, look, that was a little music that was signaling the fact that I did something right. Should I have my, you guys tell me. Should I have my webcam
Let's go.
on? Do you like the webcam on or off? Because I can put the webcam on if you want me to. I don't have the webcam on right now, but I can put it on. Ooh,
As expected, no one here.
somewhere
My
new.
parents are in the throne room ruling the lands. Or rather, Mother is.
Look at the bonsai.
A fairly small, unattractive tree.
Huh. I'd like to see how attractive you'd
Whoa,
look if someone
did not
disturbed you
expect
on the
that.
pot in the morning.
You mean...
Anyway, what can I do for you, my little beauty?
The gardens
The
looking
garden
great.
always looks fantastic, Arbor.
Thank you. It's a girt load of work.
It's a
People
girt
always
load of
think
work.
elf gardens are fabulous by their very nature. But you need a mighty good gardener.
You have got green fingers.
Ah,
Or
that's just
brown.
moss, my dear. Happens if you spend all day grubbing around in the earth and don't wash your hands properly in the evenings.
Let's see here. I've had an argument with
Mother
Mother
put me
again.
on a diet this morning so that I'll look
I don't need a
perfect for
webcam,
my
but you're fun to
wedding.
watch. Anyway,
Oh, everything has to
I would
be
just continue
perfect
playing.
for
No
her.
need change scenes
No
and
such
so
thing
on.
in nature, of course.
Yeah, it's a bit too much.
Or rather, everything is
It would
perfect.
take 2 seconds
You
actually,
let
just a
nature
flip of
run
the
its
flip,
course.
flip, flippity flop,
You
flop,
tell that to Mother.
and it would be there.
I have. Many times.
But
She'd
whatever.
be very clever in some things, but very daft concerning that.
Very
No,
daft
then.
concerning
She
that.
is the queen.
I'm old
It's
enough to
interesting
be
how the
able to
English
call a spade
language
a
has
spade.
changed. I was watching a YouTube
Spade,
video
Gardner.
recently, and it was
Get it?
saying, would we really understand English if we went back in time? And if you went back to like the 16th, 15th, and 16th century, we might not understand virtually anything. Tell me about them
Nowhere are
Ents.
the trees so green and healthy as here in the elf world. You tree shepherds do a great job.
Tree shepherds? The trees just stand there. What do they need a shepherd? However, I quite fancy one of those shepherd dogs.
Shepherd
Hey,
dog.
Rex, you want to be my shepherd dog? Nar, my darling. I'm a gardener. Nothing more, nothing less.
He's a gardener. And what are you doing
What
with
are you
him
up
today?
to today then? Got much on?
Oh, the usual. You know, it never rains in the Elfborough, but the flowers need their water, so I water them every day.
Ah, the curse of good weather.
The weather isn't the only thing which isn't right. I've been here 30 years, and for 30 years we've had autumn.
I've been
Time
here.
passes differently in the Elfborough.
It's an interesting way
Slower.
to say it. I've.
Well, that's why everyone grows to be ancient here, obviously. But if we had a bit of normal weather and the usual seasons, there'd be a lot more variety here.
Yeah, I guess I can ask
You
this
and
one last
Father,
question.
you get along well, don't you?
Ah, no one understands more about nature than him, that's for
So-
sure.
So her
But I don't
father
often
is
ask him for
good
help.
with
Thinking has never got a field dug, if you get my drift.
nature.
He's just more of a theorist.
Ah, the mud on your feet, the smell of fresh earth, all that joy and life. And he's missing out on the lot by just sitting around up there and doing nubbit.
doing
I have
nothing.
to get on.
Yep, got a bit to do myself. I just don't know what's wrong with that plant over there.
What plant? You don't know about what plant?
Your mother got a whole heap of flowers given to her the other day from a fairy delegation. All of them took good and strong, just not that one.
Perhaps it needs a special type of soil or something.
Well, anything's possible. If I don't think of something soon, I'll have to ask your father. He can have a little chat with her and she might tell him what's up.
If you're going in, it'd be nice if you didn't tell my mother that you saw me out here.
Oh, you playing hooky again? My lips are sealed.
Okay, so we have this flower.
It doesn't look very well at all. It's unusual for flowers to hang their heads in this garden. Normally they blossom in our good earth, not to mention the power of Arbor's green fingers.
Right. So what's up with this? Oh, there's a bench.
A lovely spot, so long as the bees who have built their hive directly above the bench don't disturb you. A lovely spot, so
Sit on the
I don't
bench.
have any time to rest, and that's good. At last I've got something to do again.
And what's up with the bees?
Mother
nest?
thought it was unseemly of the bees to build their hive in our garden. I don't think she could get used to the thought that she would no longer be the only queen here.
Haha, the queen bee, get it? I get jokes. So, here we have the shallow
This is Mother's
bowl.
mirror. It's said that you can see into the furthest corners of the land and know what's happening in every part of the world. At the moment, it's no more than a shallow bowl. The water's missing.
The water's missing. Okay, and
I don't know the names of all the plants in the garden. Grandmother knows them all, which is probably down to the fact that it was her that gave many of the plants their names a few thousand years ago. Shite beerwood, sweat tea,
sweat
dodder flower,
tea.
fat hen, bistort, stink root. We no longer invite her to family gatherings.
Okay. Wait a minute, look at the stone. Can I do that?
A handy smooth stone, Arbor's sheepdog.
take this
A
stone?
handy smooth stone. Arbor's sheepdog.
Should I take the stone? What am I gonna do with the stone? What is that? A fist-sized stone.
Since Nate left without saying so much as a word, Mother seized the opportunity to marry me. So far, I've managed to frighten off every candidate successfully.
Okay. We have lots of stuff.
There are reeds and water lilies growing in the pond. Naturally, they were planted there. They don't grow in the wild so high up the mountains.
Take the reed plants.
I can't think of any use for a water lily, but a reed could come in handy.
Sure, take the reed. Alright, what's over there?
There are elf-made ponds and streams all over the palace ground. Their water's said to have healing powers. No wonder considering where it comes from.
Can I do something with... Oh, look at the reed head.
Since Nate left without saying so much, so far
I want to look at the reed head. How come I can't...
I don't really know much about reeds or pipes, but if I'm not mistaken, then those things are called pipe cleaners.
Okay, can I take the cut reed and what can I do with it? Oh, I was thinking I could put it in the water. It won't let me do that? No, it won't.
Perhaps the water...
Give me the pipe cleaner. I mean, the reed. Take the reed. Oh, it still won't let me do anything. Okay. Oh, so what's over here?
The spring brook emerges up there. It's still small here, but it becomes one of the largest and most important rivers in the woodland realm.
I wonder if I can put the stone up there. And what's that?
That's a weeping willow. It appears to be so content it looks anything but sad.
Okay, I've got some ideas of some things we can do.
That leads up to the throne room. Mother will be conducting the affairs of state with an iron will, whilst Pa leans against the tree of life, probably sleeping.
Okay, and then anything else further down here? No. Okay, can I do anything with the stone? Throw a stone into the pond. Well, I can do that, I guess.
If it were possible to hit fish with stones, who'd need a rod?
A rod. Can I do anything with this stuff? So far... Oh, wait a minute. Can I... Can I take the stone and do something... No.
I don't really know much about reeds or pipes, but if I'm not mistaken, then those things are called pipe cleaners.
fist-sized. Can I go this way? No, I'm not allowed back there. See, I'm thinking that I need to mix two of these items together, but it's not giving. Oh, can I throw the rock at the bee's nest maybe? Is that what I do? Alright, let me turn this off for now.
I convinced Mother not to have the hive removed. However, should she be stuck...
Okay, what about him?
Hi, Arbor.
What do I need to do here?
Oh, Ivo!
Have you found out what's wrong with the plant yet?
Nope, I haven't. Everything looks proper. Earth is moist and nutrient-rich. The sun is shining. Difficult case. I'd quite like to smoke my morning pipe now, but... first work, then play.
See you later, Arbor.
See ya!
Okay, so... I'm curious. So I've got... Obviously I can't do anything with this picture, but I could take the stone and do absolutely nothing with it, apparently. So I can't. I'm confuzzled. Right, what else do I have? I have the cut reed. Can do anything with the reed. Oh, I can cut the bee's nest.
Isn't there a tone of phrase like stirring up a bee's nest? I think the saying's trying to give us a warning. As long as the bees are wide awake and buzzing, I don't dare.
Okay, what about using the reed head? Can't use the reed head. So as long as they're buzzing.
If Arbor doesn't know what's wrong with... Mother pours water from various jugs into this bowl to cast a spell over them. She did this almost daily in time. Ever since the mirror started to hesitate with the answer a few months ago, she hasn't been using it quite so much.
So, I'm so confused. Can I do anything with this picture? No. Do nothing with the picture.
The waterfall and I have been neighbours for so long that I don't really hear... There are elf-made ponds and streams all over the palace ground.
Hmm. I've got a fist-size stone.
Since Nate left without... So far, I've managed...
It's not letting me do anything with any of these items. Does anybody have any idea of what I can maybe do? Because it's supposed to cue me if there's interactable things. And the only thing I can see is to cut the bees.
Isn't there a turn of phrase like, as long as the bees are wide awake and buzzing, I don't dare? The bees are buzzing. I convinced Mother not to. However, should she be
Huh.
Arbor's obviously concerned about his flower.
Of course he is.
I don't know what I could ask him right now. The bees are buzzing around the hive quite merrily. Anyone messing with them will know about it fast.
What do we do? Don't quite know.
Arbor's pot, literally. There's only a little water left in the bird bath. Cheep Cheep always says that it evaporates quickly. I, however, think that the constant need to replenish the water is more down to his unbridled joyous splashing and not insignificant body mass.
Can I put something in the bird bath? No?
I don't really know much about reeds or pipes, but if I'm not mistaken, then those things are called pipe cleaners.
What do I do? This is so weird. I just don't know what else to do. It's not giving me any options. I can't do anything with this pipe cleaner.
As long as this plant isn't doing well, Arbor won't rest. Not knowing what's wrong with it will eat away at him.
I am missing something. What am I missing?
I don't know what I... Arbor's obviously
Okay, obviously he's concerned about his flower.
No idea what kind of bush this is, but its red fruit looks very yummy. If I learnt one thing in the woods, it's that you shouldn't eat anything you don't know, regardless of how yummy it looks.
Oh, okay. Pick the pot.
The earth looks dark and rich with worms. There's only a little water left in the bird bath. I, however, think that...
Oh, but I can climb back up. Oh. Okay, why would I take a few sunflower seeds?
I'm going to have to take a few more of your seeds, but I promise this is the last time.
Okay, so what do I do with the sunflower seeds? Climb down. Okay, so I'm gonna climb down, but now what do I do with... Can I put the sunflowers... If I take the seeds... Oh, I can plant the sunflower seeds.
Even if the earth is really well fertilised, Arbor might have something to say if he had to share his pot with a sunflower.
Okay. What else can I do with the sunflower seeds? Can I do anything? No. So I still cannot do anything with anything. That was a waste of time. Alright, hold on. Excuse me, how the heck did I get in here?
Swords of all the idiots who have tried to conquer the elf burrow. It's become less frequent over the last few centuries. Humans and dwarves appear to have learnt their lesson. There's a selection of cubes here. For a while, it was all the rage at official state visits to give geometric presents.
Cool. What else we got around here?
This flower clearly is one of the more exotic of the palace's flowers. It comes from a country in the deep south beyond the deserts. It's said that the flower of this plant used to be sent as a declaration of war, or if one wanted to deprive someone of all sense.
Okay. Look at the bookshelf. Oh, look, it's a Rubik's Cube.
What have we got here then?
We have some dinosaur eggs.
Ah, Almanac of Elf Medicine. That's what I've been looking for.
All right, read it, darling.
Ow! Be careful, if you please.
A speaking book?
An ill elf?
Ill elf? So I look ill. What's wrong with me?
Take it easy, young one thing at a time.
Young one, I'm older than you.
And you look it too.
I do?
No, of course not, and I can also see no illness. But the mere fact that I've been fished out from the back of the shelf for the first time in centuries tells me that something is wrong.
Something is wrong.
I haven't been feeling too well recently. I'm sleeping badly and have no appetite. I know that elves are very seldom ill, but if it's not that, then it must be some kind of magic or curse.
Seldom ill does not actually mean never ill. Elves can, for instance, suffer from a broken heart.
Oh, broken
Oh,
heart.
please.
It is one of the most common causes of death amongst beautiful princesses.
Oh, it must be something else.
Sensitive elves can sometimes suffer from the pains of the world. There are a variety of ear infections, and of course it could also be lupus.
Lupus.
But I think it is something else.
Like what?
To be completely certain, you must mix a potion and drink it.
Are you serious?
Very.
Are you actually qualified to make a diagnosis? And why can you talk?
I am a magical medicine book. That actually serves as an answer to both of your questions.
I've never encountered a talking book before.
Of course not. I am the only talking book here. That's the problem.
Of course not.
In the magical library in Seastone, all books can talk. Things really get cooking there, believe
them.
me.
They get cooking. Because it's a cookbook, right? So what sort of illness do I have?
I demand to know this instant what sort of illness I have.
Sometimes it's better not to know.
I can take it.
A placebo only works when one doesn't know that it is a placebo. Make the potion and then come back and drink it. Then we'll be sure.
Okay.
All right, this potion. What goes in it?
It is very easy to make. You need to pound together the green fruit of a metis bush, a spoonful of honey and a red herring, and then mix with water into a viscous potion.
What?
Oh, that sounds revolting.
It's medicine. It isn't supposed to taste nice.
And if I drink it, I'll be well again?
We will then at least know what is wrong with you.
You were probably
Lot of
given
stuff
to us
going
by
on
someone
here.
from Seastone, right?
Right. I was a complete idiot and actually volunteered. As I am a book about elf medicine, I didn't get much to do in Seastone. I thought to myself, hey, this is your chance to get some practical experience. Wrong.
Yeah, we elves don't get ill much.
And more than that, you don't actually have much time for books. This is the center of the elven kingdom, and just look at how paltry this library is.
We don't have much use for books. We sing songs about times past, and many of us were there at the time.
Then that's probably also the reason why so many elves stand around in white.
What do you mean?
Allow me to elucidate. Over the years, the songs you elves sing will be changed and adapted, a little here, a little there. This editorial process is nothing more than refined elvish propaganda, presenting them as intelligent and morally impeccable. And who can prove otherwise? There are no other witnesses and there are no books.
And if it's lupus?
Have you been bitten by a wolf of late?
No.
Then it can't be lupus. No, I'm pretty sure it's something else. Now, that potion, drink it, and then I can tell you more.
This metis bush, where can I find one?
Haven't a clue. I'm just a book and have spent years sandwiched between dusty hymnals and a tome of revolting recipes.
A red herring. Are you serious?
Of course, why not? Red herrings are known all over the land as particularly useful fish. Their uses in the areas of medicine, cuisine, and literature are too numerous to mention.
All right, so I've got a red herring.
Okay.
Thank you. I think that's all for now.
Normally, it's me that ends patient consultations. You are only a princess, but I am a doctor.
Okay, so I need to find some stuff. Look at the dragon's head.
A few years ago, this dragon was causing a whole lot of grief. A bounty was put on its head, and all heroes of the land were encouraged to hunt it down. 40 brave warriors penetrated its lair and slew it. They brought the head to the palace where it was displayed in triumph. The strange thing was that a bit later more adventurers came carrying an identical head. Then more and more heroes arrived.
Okay, that was a nice story.
A great example of the variety of our world's fauna. Some of the ideas Mother Nature has can be quite off the wall. Several books about animals, an atlas, a book about humans. Actually, more of a brochure. And what's this? Fishing for the moderately talented.
Read the book on fishing.
Perhaps there are a few practical hints and tips in the fishing book. A lucrative season with a successful technique doesn't just depend on the type and quality of your tackle, but also on a really good spot. It doesn't matter whether you jig, dip, toddle or feed. Wobblers, twisters, spinners, blinkers, poppers, jigs, jerks and live bait must be presented in the most enticing ways possible. I haven't the faintest idea what all that means. I presume my fishing talents are not quite advanced enough to enable me to use this book.
That was funny. So what else do we have? So we have the book on fishing. Look at the picture.
Goldsmithing, masonry, and a book about carpentry. Like all books in this library, it's a guest present. The logic behind this must be, those elves, they have so many beautiful statues and items of wood. They'll be really interested in this. Why don't we present them with a book about it? What they don't realise, though, is that if we're interested in a subject, then we'll already know pretty much all there is to know about the matter, and the book's of no use to us whatsoever.
Well, what else? Look at the helmet. Take one of the books.
Working with wood. There's a master whittler down in the valley. I've enjoyed watching him in the past. He carves animal figures so real that humans and dwarfs believe that they are actually animals turned into wood.
Ooh.
This one's more about interiors, making furniture and the like. Plane the wood down by a pixie's thumb and saw the board into 2 equal length pieces. Who knows what that might be good for? A present from one of the northern kingdoms. Strange folk up there. The men climb mountains and shout foul-mouthed things in dragon's language at the dragons. I think it's some kind of test of courage.
Go into the bedroom.
The door can be opened easily from the outside. If it was up to me, it would stay open.
Oh, okay. So now I'm just back here. So what do I do? So I can go there. And then I can go...
Each cube is significant.
So now we go into the garden. Don't want to climb the balcony. So what do I have now? A book about carpentry.
I don't really know much about reeds or... Since Nate left without saying so much as a word, so far...
Take a few worms.
I really shouldn't... It's only Earth. I should tell Mother how her daughter... well, she'd be delighted.
Alright, so there's worms there.
The worms are happy and fat. The earth in the bonsai pot seems to have done them good.
Can I bring the worms over here?
Do you need a couple of big fat worms to loosen the earth up for you?
No thanks, I've enough. I breed them in my pot.
Arbor's obviously concerned about his... Look, I found this book in the library.
Woodcrafts? Why are you showing me that?
I thought it might interest you.
I don't like horror stories.
Horror stories?
Wood that has been clamped into a revolving monstrosity to be whittled down layer by layer to the core? What do you call that then?
Sorry, never looked at it like that.
Branches sawed off, boards nailed together, wood treated with chemicals. Oh, sick stuff.
That's funny. Okay, so... Can I do anything else with the fat worms? No? I guess not.
I'm not going up there. I've no...
Hmm. Okay, can we... What happens if we wake her up? Wait a minute. Take the jug.
Water's the easiest ingredient to find. We have copious amounts of it here.
Pour water into the bowl.
That should do it. The medicine book reckoned that it should be a viscous potion. It's a start, but there are still ingredients missing. It's a start, but there... And that's the sound of Cheep Cheep snoring. He's a bit special like that.
Hmm. My hat.
No more water in the jug, but I don't need it right now. A delicate sweet scent. It reminds me of a wood over in the west where I learnt to use a bow and arrow. Pearls, precious stones, sparkling earrings. Goodness knows what I could use this tat for right now.
Anything else on the balcony?
One can almost see the egg. Mother would never forgive me.
Okay, what can I do with anything here? We've got sunflower seeds, book about carpentry, fat worms, cut reed, rock.
Pearl, goodness.
I'm confused.
It's said that a ruler in the north wanted to build. Unfortunately, he died. It's said that a ruler in the north wanted to build himself a throne out of all the swords of. Unfortunately, he died. It's said that a ruler in. Unfortunately.
Well, that's a sword.
The Biggest Plant Book of Avantasia by Charles Mendel with illustrations by Alexander Bonpland. A standard reference book that Arbor always used to consult every now and then. However, he insists that he now knows it off by heart. Perhaps I can help Arbor solve the problem with that flower. Let's take a look.
Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. What is this? Intelligent apple trees, mandrakes, love lilies, magic beans, killer tomatoes, the tree of wrath, steel magnolias. Well, let's just start at the top.
Giant beans, also known as magic beans, are very rare. They are the fastest growing plant variety known. Because of the beans' high costs, they are almost exclusively used by the military, for instance, in storming high-walled castles. Killer tomatoes are the most devious of the meat-eating plants. Disguised as tomatoes, they hunt on allotments for defenseless humans. The tree of wrath bears fruit several times a year. These grapes of wrath are bad-tempered beasts that can lay whole areas to rack and ruin. Steel magnolias look like normal magnolias, but are some of the toughest plants on Earth. They can be softened using tragic women's stories and subsequently may be picked. Guard plants, Vigilia audriensis, belong to the oldest domesticated plants of humankind. They have been especially valued in times of famine as they do not require as much food as, for instance, dogs. They can sometimes develop an unhealthy taste for blood. Baritones. The wood of intelligent apple trees is often used for the equally intelligent and beautifully shaped living accessories of all types. For a long time, botanists thought that it may be possible to find other intelligent fruit varieties. So far, the search has proved fruitless.
Fruitless.
Mandrake should only be cultivated by experienced gardeners. The cry of the baby mandrake can kill anyone within 20 metres instantaneously. This plant reminds me of the one that Arbor's having problems with at the moment. Love lily. The love lily enters into an enduring relationship with another plant very early in its life, which frequently lasts its lifetime. If the partner plant dies, then the love lily does not normally survive the separation.
Okay. I think I know what we need to do. Let's go up and see if we can get that plant.
This flower was given to us by the fairies, just like the love lily down in the garden. I bet they belong together.
Yep, we're gonna take it. There we go. That's what we need to do.
Look, do you know this flower?
You did well, girl.
It would appear so.
You snivelling, girl. You all right?
No. Yes. I don't know.
Well then, I think I've earned myself a little rest now.
Okay. There we go.
The smoke from Arbor's pipe seems to be calming the bees. This is my chance.
Hey now, you all right there?
Sorry, had to do it.
Well, I'm not happy about this destruction of nature. Not unless I get half of that there honey.
I don't need any more. The rest is for you.
Oh, that be good stuff. But that's enough. The bees need a bit too.
So what have I done? Sweet honey. At worms. All I need now to do is to catch the red herring. Okay, let's take the sweet honey and we've got to put it up in the potion. Pour honey into the bird bath. Why would I do that?
I'd absolutely love to see how Cheep Cheep gets stuck in the honey while he's trying to bathe, but I need it for the potion.
Yeah, you do. You need it for the potion. That's not where I wanted to go. Oh, wait a minute. That was where I needed to go. Whoops. Right, let's put that in. Okay.
About 1 spoon of honey. It's a start, but there are still ingredients missing.
Hmm.
Hi.
Well, what's up?
What are the potion's ingredients again?
The green fruit of a metis bush, a spoonful of honey, and a red herring. You have to put everything into a bowl with a bit of water and pound it until it forms a viscous potion.
Green fruit and a red herring.
Thank you for your help.
That's what I'm here for.
Green fruit. What was this?
Why do so many people hate this flower? Perhaps it has an abhorrent smell. Now that explains why this flower is classified as a weapon in 24 countries.
That's bizarre. I now have what? I have a flower
I
thing.
will only deploy this flower in self-defense.
Okay, what other kind of flowers do we have here? Can I look at any of these? We cannot? Huh. Okay. Talk to him again.
You're having a good time, I see.
What can I do for 'ee?
If I were ill and needed to make some medicine, then you'd help me with that, wouldn't you?
Ill? You're an elf. Elves don't get ill.
But if I were...
Oh, come on. Now tell me. How can I help you?
Do we have a metis bush in the garden here?
That bush over yonder.
But that fruit's red.
And what colour do you expect, then?
Green. Are they only green when they're not ripe?
Nah, they're blue then. They're green when the bush senses danger.
Oh, I know what I need to do.
Pardon?
The metis bush has exceptionally delicious sweet fruit. But if it thinks it's in danger, then they go green and very sour. Call it a defense mechanism.
Okay.
Ah, and the bush only has red fruit because it has nothing to be afraid of here.
That's right.
I often see you fishing. Could you lend me your rod?
Of course, if you bring it back in one piece.
No, I have a fishing pole.
What's up?
I was convinced that I would have to make my own fishing rod or that you'd ask me to collect a variety of mystical items in exchange for it.
Why? It's only a rod.
Thanks.
Not everything needs to be complicated, you know.
That's funny. Right.
There's something else. You shouldn't smoke.
Why not?
It's not healthy.
No lungs, no problems.
Don't you think it's a bit weird
No
and warped
lungs.
to smoke yourself?
Yeah, I know. I'm terrible. Don't tell no one, no.
Do you sometimes miss your old life and the world out there?
It's comfortable here, to be sure.
And boring.
Well, if you're bored, then why stay?
Me? Well, I'm the princess. And Mother's scared that something might happen to me out there. And to be honest, she's probably right.
Well, of course something could happen to you. And what's it called when things happen to you? Life. That's what it's called. You fall over, you get up, you laugh, you cry. You do daft things. Well, how can one enjoy the sunshine if it never rains?
I have to get on. Don't work too hard.
That I won't.
Alright, I think I know what I need to do. Let's take this thing that makes... and blow it. Scare the bush. We need to scare the bush.
If the bush had a heart, it would have skipped a few beats.
Yep, now we take the bush
Thanks.
berries. And then we need to go fishing. So can I take that? And can I put worms on it?
The worms provide a great lure and should increase my
Yes.
fishing success rate, whatever that is.
That's exactly
I always
right.
hang one onto the hook before I cast the line out.
Very good. Can I get a red herring here?
I don't have a clue about fishing, but I'll try my luck. Just as I expected, nothing. On the other hand, somehow I have the feeling that I now know what I'm doing.
Fishing skill has been raised.
As suspected, but they always... The worms provide a great lure and should increase my fish. I always hang one onto the hook.
Let's see if we can catch
I
a red
guess that
herring.
I can just practice until I'm good enough. Or I could try to speed things up by learning more about fishing elsewhere. The worms provide a great lure and should increase my fishing success rate, whatever that is. I always hang one onto the hook before I cast the line out. A classic. The worms provide a great lure and should I always hang one onto the hook. Pity.
Wonder how long I need to do this.
The worms provide a great lure and should increase my fishing success rate, whatever that is. I always hang one onto the hook before I cast the line out. A classic.
And a shoe. Right, there's gotta be...
The worms provide a great lure and should increase my I always hang... A classic.
Okay, let's go back and read the book for a second. Read the book on fishing.
Perhaps I have enough knowledge to now understand the book. Right. Aha. Oh, twice in a row. Then. That was educational.
Fishing skill has been raised to 16. Okay. Let's try it now.
The worms provide a great lure and should increase my fish. I always hang.
Do I have the skill now to catch a fish?
A classic. The worms provide a great lure and should increase my. I always hang one onto the. A classic.
Oh, come on.
The worms provide. I always hang. A classic.
Oh, Jesus, come on. Do I need to be like at 20?
The worms provide a great lure. I always.
Come on, brother. Ooh, I caught a fish. There we
At
go.
last. Now I can take the red herring off my list.
Okay. I think we have everything that we need to make the potion. Okay, so we go upstairs. And we make the potion. So let's take first the green metis fruit.
Oh, that fruit smells really sour.
Yep. And take the red herring.
Thanks for the sacrifice, little fish.
All right.
Now I've got all the ingredients. I just need to crush them.
So how can I crush them? A rock. Pound those ingredients.
I'm pretty sure that there's never been anything so utterly revolting concocted in the Elf Burrow ever. Oh, I hope this is some kind of joke.
Okay, so now I have... Drink the medicine.
I don't know much, but I do know that I'm not going to drink this potion until I've had another chat to the medicine book about it.
Okay.
I need to know which disease this potion's meant to be good for. Looks as if it's been pre-digested.
Okay, let's
I don't really know much about reeds or pipe.
go talk to the guy, say that we've got the potion, and what is he gonna say?
Hi.
Well, what's up?
The potion's ready, but you don't seriously expect me to drink it, do you?
You must.
Okay. Oh.
Cheap, I'm so... Yes, I know, but... This, medicine. Well, I did tell you that I wasn't feeling well, and the medicine book here thinks it could be something serious.
She has to drink it, the sour metis fruit, sweet honey and salty fish. That should give us an answer.
Nope. Here we go.
It looks
Nothing.
revolting.
Let's do it.
It is medicine. It's not supposed to taste nice.
Here she goes.
That's right. Down to the last drop.
Not as bad as I was expecting. In actual fact, it's quite tasty. I could definitely drink another glass of that.
Congratulations, Ivo. You are pregnant.
I told you she was pregnant. The bird fainted. She's pregnant.
No.
She's
That is completely impossible.
She's pregnant, everybody.
You must be wrong.
I
Surely
don't
it's a
even know if anybody's
misdiagnosis.
watching, but she's
You
pregnant.
are an elf and say that potion is
She
quite
is
tasty. I could
pregnant.
definitely drink another glass of that. That's raging hormones talking.
I don't have any hormones. Cheap, no. No, the book has made a mistake.
This is hilarious.
I cannot be pregnant. I've never
I
stood in
said
the
she was
divine water
pregnant
with
from the very
Nate on
beginning.
Midsummer's Night singing the Song of Life. Why? How do humans do it? They do what?
Elves and humans can have children together, but it's not possible without sex.
You see? We never had sex. At least not to my knowledge.
But the diagnosis is crystal clear.
Let's just pretend that I am pregnant. There must be some explanation, rational or otherwise.
If we discount the possibility that the child was conceived by natural means, which would certainly appear to be the case here, then that leaves us with just the unconventional conception methods. Did you, perhaps, make some kind of pact with a goblin regarding the child? Child in exchange for gold or a kingdom, for example?
No?
Has a god in the guise of a bull appeared to you in your dreams? Any angels been having a word with you?
No?
Have any stars fallen from the heavens recently?
No, not that I'm aware of.
Then that just leaves magic, or a curse. But unfortunately, that is not my area of expertise.
I wish it was so cheap, but my feeling is that the book is right. I am pregnant. One thing's certain. Mother must never find out about this. I don't know either. Do you think that my tummy will start to show? Oh. I'm not sure how, and I'm not sure why, but it would appear that I'm pregnant. And as all other possibilities have been eliminated, then it must be a curse that's responsible. That is fantastic! No, of course I didn't mean it like that, but just think. Me, cursed. That sounds like an adventure.
It's a quest. It's an adventure.
Totally obvious what we need to do now. We ask Archmage Alistair. He's the wisest magician in the realm of man, and he's a friend. He'll be able to tell us what it means. Oh, no, you don't. You remember who was meant to be looking after me so that nothing happens to me, don't you? Alistair's sure to have the answers. We'll have to track him down in the Mage Tower in Seastone. Only, how are we going to get there? Seastone is days away from here. Oh yeah, saying fly is all well and good. Are you going to teach me quickly then? No, we need a fast mode of transport. And then there's the small matter of the Border Watch. Their longbows can take out a fly's eye at 400 metres, and they will shoot if said fly should dare to set foot in or leave the woodland realm without permission. You don't by any chance know the password that the Border Watch use? Typical. That's exactly the problem. Mother chooses a new password every single day, and there's no way I'll get it out of her. Oh, why don't you know the password? You normally know everything. Hey, know-it-all. Mother's mirror. It knows more than you. It must know the password. If we work as a team, we should be able to cast a little light on the matter cheap. After all, if it is a curse, then I'm the victim, not the perpetrator. Well, yes, I know that. She'll blame us whatever happens. But it's best for us to have some answers rather than just presenting her the facts, don't you think? Transport and the password. Let's go.
Transport and the password.
An all-knowing mirror. In the current situation, that would be more than useful. The only question is how to cast a spell over the mirror. I've never done that before.
Wait a minute, do I need to take back that, base? Jar. Take the jar back. Give me the jar. No, I want the jar. I can't have the jar? Shinona. What is that? That's funny. Okay, so I can't take that. Is there a jar upstairs? Shinona, she's pregnant. Can you believe it? She's pregnant. Oh, take the jug. There's the jug.
That's just what I need.
It's just what I need. I need the jug. I need the jug. Jug. Okay, let's go back out here. This is another game that's right up your alley, Shinona. It's a point-and-click adventure with problems and things. Jug. Use the jug with what? With this water? Fill the jug with water from the waterfall. Okay, so I guess I have a jug full of water. Can I put the filled jug and put it into the bowl? I can.
Why not? Perhaps I'm in luck. It works. One of the symbols is glowing. There are 3 symbols on the bottom of the bowl.
Interesting.
I wonder what they mean. They're the same ones as the columns in the throne room. Each symbol depicts a droplet. Sometimes there's a line underneath it, sometimes above, and here is a circle going through the droplet. Haven't got a clue what they mean. I have seen these symbols once before, up in the throne room if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, let's talk to this guy. What does he know?
You're having a good time, I see.
What can I do for 'ee?
Arbor, I'm going to have to leave the elf burrow for a few days.
Your mother giving you permission?
Not as such.
Oh, she not gonna like that. But one has to do what one has to do. I wish you a good journey.
Oh, thank you, Arbor. And don't tell anyone I told you.
I wouldn't dream of it. Just don't you go staying away too long now. You know time out there runs much quicker than here in the woodland realm.
Of course. In the outside world, we elves age like humans. That's why most elves avoid it like the plague.
Quite right.
So she can't stay
Tell
out
me,
there too long.
you know a bit about nature, don't you? How does this childbearing stuff work exactly?
Oh, don't know. Ask myself the same question. The bees pollinate the flowers. The flower seeds are carried away by the wind and new plants grow. Very simple and easy, that. But elves, humans and dwarves don't produce nectar. What have you got to offer the bees?
Yeah, and also our children don't grow in the earth. They grow in us.
I know. Isn't it absurd?
I have to get on. Don't work too hard.
That I won't.
Okay, so wait a minute. Oh, look at the spade. Am I gonna need that?
That's Arbor's little spade. He always leaves his stuff all over the garden, which of course drives Mother mad.
Can I take it? I'm gonna take the spade. Okay. Let's go look at these columns again. So these are the columns. Oh, I can't look at those anymore?
Helmets with...
Okay, and what do I have? I've got the picture, the reed head, sunflower seeds, book about carpentry.
Arbor's little spade. Mustn't...
Are we allowed into... I go in there now?
Nothing for it. Have to talk to Pa.
Yes. New area.
Ivo, I thought that we'd agreed that you would stay in your room.
I'm pregnant. We'll just go right to it.
I'm
What are you, my darling?
pretty. I am pretty.
But of course you are. You are my daughter and an elf princess. So
could
you
have said.
disobeyed me just to tell me this.
I'm no longer a little girl who can be shut up in her room.
No? How did you get out of your room? Did you trick Cheep Cheep and then climb over the balcony? That sounds very grown up.
I just left my room to do a bit of training.
Mm-hmm.
You said yourself I've put on a few pounds, and I'm not going to get rid of them by lying around on my bed all day.
Where does this sudden insight come from?
I can't keep asking myself what to do with my life. Perhaps marriage isn't such a bad idea.
It most certainly isn't. And if you train diligently, I'm sure Prince Lalilos will like you a lot.
Prince
Of
Lalilos.
course. Fine.
I would love to help you, but I'm most dreadfully busy. A kind of epidemic seems to have broken out in Seastone.
An epidemic in Seastone?
It's strange. We're getting reports from the whole of the Middle Kingdom. Objects and beings have been changed.
What do you mean?
The situation isn't clear. It appears as if some kind of terrible power is gradually moving through the whole land, changing it. Do you remember the story of the Nothing? A big blackness that gradually swallowed a fairy kingdom bit by bit.
Of course.
This time it is much worse.
It's pink.
It is pink.
It's pink.
An epidemic in Seastone. Is it wise for me and it to go there? On the other hand, Wilbur and the Archmajor in Seastone. Perhaps I can help them to fight the epidemic in exchange for them helping me with my problem.
Yes, that is possibly true. Oh, that's the king there sleeping with birds.
Pa doesn't like getting up early. He always says he needs lots of sleep, but he's never said why. Hey, Pa, the day started ages ago.
What? Oh, Ivo, how's my favourite daughter?
I'm your only daughter.
Oh, that I had 100. You are and will remain something very special. The other 99 will be as well, though.
Pa, you're nuts. Isn't it a wonderful day today? Again.
Just as the caterpillars cough in the morning dew. Yet, something seems to be troubling you.
She locked me up like a small child.
Have you argued again?
She started it.
She loves you.
And she only wants the best for me. How can it be best for me if she constantly criticises me and forces me to do things that I don't want to do?
She believes that this will help prepare you for the life that awaits you.
I'd just like to decide for myself.
I know. Your mother just doesn't understand that, because she never had that choice.
You're always defending her. Doesn't she drive you mad too?
Naturally.
Then why don't you tell her?
Does the gnu talk of spring when the shadows are tickling the squirrel?
What is that even?
I love her. It's just a phase. She'll change. And if she doesn't change, then I will not love her any less. I love you both as you are, warts and all.
Warts and all. I'm pregnant.
I need to tell you something, Father, but I'm not sure how.
You shouldn't worry too much. It's not good for the baby.
You know.
Has a zebra got stripes?
How can it have happened? Why?
I don't know. Is that important?
It is. I want to know what's happened to me.
Then look for the answers, my little bud.
How can you be so calm about it?
Because I know that everything will be fine in the end.
And if it isn't fine?
Then it is not the end.
And it's not the end. Do you want me to marry?
Mother wants me to marry this Prince Lalilos.
Lalalos.
I did hear about that.
Lalalos.
Is that your wish too?
All I wish for is for you to be happy.
Aha, so I'm not going to marry him.
Unfortunately, not all wishes are granted.
Oh.
You are an elf princess. You will need to marry sooner or later. It's just when and who. I'd rather just leave that to Mother Nature.
Leave it to Mother Nature.
I wish you could convince Mother of that.
I fear her faith in your taste of men has been shaken a little since... Well, you know. She wants to prevent your heart being broken again. That's why she is choosing someone that she thinks is right for you.
Pa, would you have used the artifact of divine fate? Or would you have hidden it like we did?
I think that too much power can corrupt any one of us.
But you have great powers, and you've never used them for evil.
I could have cured diseased woodlands with the artifact, cleaned rivers in the air. And then what? Then I might have chased away the lumberjacks and destroyed the factories of the dwarves.
But I could have helped a lot of humans.
Things take time, Ivo. If you force change before its time has come, then it won't last.
If you don't know what the pregnancy's all about, then I'll have to travel to Seastone and ask the Archmage.
The fact that I don't know means that you did not get pregnant by natural means. And if something does not conform to the laws of nature, then it must be magic. No one knows more about these things than Alistair.
We agree, then.
Like snails munching cabbage. Only your mother isn't going to permit it.
I know, but I'll work on that. Enlighten me, Father.
Evil-smelling murlocs, denied by those who are unwary, are amongst the greatest wonders of the world.
That is interesting. I've got quite a lot to think about.
That's
Goodbye,
funny.
little daughter.
See you later, Father.
Okay, what do we have here? Okay, these I need to look at. Oh, it's a moon well.
Only priestesses are allowed to get water from the well. Up to now, my mother hasn't tried to make me into a priestess. If I'm lucky, she never will. This symbol's on the bottom of the mirror bowl in the garden. No idea what it means. That's Mother's area of expertise.
Okay.
This symbol's on the bottom of the mirror bowl in the garden. No idea what it means. That's Mother's area of expertise.
Oh, okay. And that's to go down into the garden. Or... Well, is there something on this throne that I can look at? So I can't look at the throne, though. Alright, but can I talk to Mama?
I can blame Mother for a lot of things, but not laziness. On the contrary, she does the same work as 3 people put together, because she doesn't trust anyone to do it as well. Mother?
Yes, Ivadora.
Those symbols on the columns, what do they mean?
First your insights concerning your wedding, and now an interest in the spiritual. You do surprise me. The 3 symbols depict the 3 different forms that water takes. They are important in many rituals. Water that falls from the sky. Water that springs from the earth. And water that is bathed by moonlight.
Oh. What's all this different forms of water all about then?
Not all water is the same. It changes. If it bubbles out of a spring, then it is spring water. Then it turns into stream water, perhaps into river water, and then sometimes later into sea water. The voice of water changes, its soul.
And if different forms of water are mixed together...
Then you can create water with powerful magical properties. But it's not as easy as you might imagine. Water is constantly changing its form. Rain is water from the sky, but as soon as it lands in a puddle, then it becomes common puddle water.
Do you really think that I look fat?
You aren't really fat, my darling, but you aren't perfect either.
Do I have to be perfect?
No one is perfect, but that doesn't stop us striving for it. Once you are happy with yourself, then you become overindulgent. Dissatisfaction can take you far, my darling.
Why do you want me to marry this particular prince?
Because I think that will be best for you.
And if I don't like him?
Then you will learn to love him.
Why can't I fall in love first and then marry?
And what happens if you don't fall in love? You won't ever marry then? Don't be childish, Ivadora.
When you married father, how long had you known each other?
Just a few days. I fell in love with him instantly. He was the wisest and most handsome elf that I had ever met.
And if you hadn't loved him, or if perhaps you hadn't even liked him?
Then I would have married him anyway. It is the duty of the princess to secure royal succession.
Whether she wants it or not?
You didn't want to go to school either. Today you can play music, paint, speak a dozen different languages and have realized what a gift education is. Please, just trust me. Sometimes only parents know what's best.
Do you know what can be done to fight the epidemic in Seastone?
Done? Nothing, my darling. It's a matter for humans. We will only observe.
How hard would it be for us to actually help solve a problem for once, instead of waiting for it to solve itself?
If Alistair needs my advice, he can ask me, and up to now he has not done that.
But...
I'm not going to interfere.
That stuff in the Moonwell, that's water bathed by moonlight, isn't it?
Of course it is, my darling.
Could I take some of it?
It is holy water. We only use it for special occasions. What do you need it for?
I'm thirsty, and I thought to myself, I've never tried Moonwell water.
Well, keep thinking. This water is not intended for such profane use.
About the moon water, could I have some?
What do you need?
I'd like to carry out a ritual. I need some water that has been bathed by the moonlight for it.
Really? What sort of ritual?
Well, I want to, well, it's a surprise.
I don't like surprise. What sort of
I want to become one with the cosmos and nature, and so do the things that you do.
But child, you'll need centuries of training for that. Only
About the moon water.
What do you need it?
I need it for a potion. It's one of the most...
Really?
Growth potion for plants.
Well, the moon water is a particularly pure and clean water. I thought that it could form the basis of a beauty potion.
It is true that this water is purported to have healing powers.
I didn't want to trouble you with this, but then I thought, if I'm meant to be looking my best for the prince...
Oh, absolutely. Do you have a vessel?
Yes.
May the Moonwell water give you the help you need to become more beautiful, just as it has always helped me.
Oh, I have moon water. Doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doo.
See you later, Mother.
Don't pull a face like a wilted willow, I...
Okay, so can I go down to the garden? Do I put that in there?
Right. Now water that has been bathed in moonshine. That must mean the water that's come from the Moonwell. Aha! That's got the second symbol to glow. Water that's fallen from the sky. Water that's been bathed by moonshine. 2 symbols are glowing, only one to go. Water that's fallen from the sky. Water that's been bathed by moonshine. 2 symbols are glowing, only one to go.
Alright, well, I think we're going to call it quits here for the day. Let's go here and let's save this game. Oh, is that it? Is that all I have needed to do? Okay. Back to main menu. Yes, we do understand. We do. Well, that has actually been quite fun of a game. I don't know about you guys, but I kind of enjoyed that quite a bit, as a matter of fact. Well, thank you so much for everybody who did stick around. I think I may have been in the background of a few people who were watching some of the things, Game of Thrones and whatnot, that has been going on. But hey, this was an unscheduled stream, just wasting some time, resting after a big, long day. So for anybody who's out there, enjoy the rest of your night. I will be streaming tomorrow. Tomorrow at 8 o'clock in the evening, Eastern Standard Time, we will be continuing our game with Kona. Last time we were at that game, we busted into some guy's house that scared the bejiggers out of me. And in any event, we are going to continue with that and see what else we can do to try to stay alive in the deep, deep, deep wild yonder of Canada in 1970. So with all that being said, everybody take care, be blessed, have a great night, and I will see you tomorrow. Ciao, ciao.